Okay, so we're live. I just wanted to give you some tips on um, customer relations. Um, my name is Mubaraka Innocent. I work as customer relationship manager for Eureka Air Conditioning in Zambia. Eureka is one of the leading air conditioning companies in the country, with branches on the Copper Belt in Kitwe and in Lusaka, and also in Solwezi and Kabwe. We deal with close to maybe 500 companies and maybe thousands of individuals. So on a daily basis, I get to interact with a wide range, a wide number of customers. And today, I just want to give you three very important tips whenever you're dealing with clients, regardless of the industry. Um, and in each of these three scenarios, three tips, I'm going to give you at least one or two examples of how we dealt with that and how best you can also apply the same formula. Number one, the first tip is when dealing with clients, do not try to speak out too early. For example, what I mean is when a client comes for an assessment, they just want you to see, just have a look at whatever problem they have. Do not be too quick to give a solution. I mean, to give an assessment and give the price. You need to take your time. This happens a lot of times, even in the automobiles industry. You take your vehicle somewhere and then you tell your client that you tell your mechanic to say, hey, my vehicle has a problem. The mechanic will say, okay, the problem your vehicle has is, they assess and then they say, okay, you just need to change the plugs. Once you change the plugs, this vehicle will be fine. Oh, okay, that will cost how much? That will cost 1,000 kwacha. All right. So you pay the 1,000 kwacha and these guys change the plugs. After they are done, again, they come and say, no, oh, sorry, by the way, we found that the plugs are actually okay. What was the problem is something else. You see that? That creates another problem. One, your credibility. Do you know what you're doing? So when you're doing an assessment, when a client first approaches you, do not be quick to give them the price and give them a quotation. Take your time, analyze each and every aspect. It is always better to overquote than to underquote. I mean, it is always better to say this problem will cost 10,000, then it costs the client 7,000, than to say it will cost 10,000, then it ends up costing 30, 40,000. Okay, so take your time. Number two, when it comes to clients, you should learn to under promise and over deliver. If you've got a consignment, for example, for us it happens, people come and order air conditioners and the air cons are not in stock. We don't have them at that moment. You see, maybe it's not because uh, of maybe lack of stock, but because of maybe the specification that the client is looking for. So maybe it will take 1 week to get here. So we tell the client, look, this thing you want, we can provide it for you, but it will take 2 weeks. But we know that it will take 1 week, but we always give that allowance. Always give that allowance. So you always under promise but over deliver. That is how you gain that client. If it's going to hurt, tell the client, say, this is going to be very painful. Prepare your brain. But then when you do the actual thing, it's not that painful. In short, prepare the client's mind for the worst. But when you know it's not going to get to the worst. This helps you to work with less pressure. Look at our situation. For example, as I said, we deal with thousands of clients. On a daily basis, I personally deal with 20, 30 clients. That's my other colleagues are also dealing with 20, 30, 40 clients. Now imagine if you lie to this one, lie to this one, lie to this one, put yourself in a stressful situation. So the best way to deal with this, over under promise and over deliver. Are we together? Number three. Tip number three. This will be our last tip for how to best deal with a client. So, if you have any questions, if you have any suggestions, you're able to put in the comments, and I'll be able to look at it, and we can also discuss it. So, tip number three: never make your client. I mean, your client is not your friend. If your client becomes your friend, that's fine. But a client is not somebody who you call up today and say, "Hi, how are you? Just checking on you. How's your wife? How's your brother?" Why? Because many times, like especially in the air conditioning industry, I'm dealing with very wealthy clients. I'm dealing with millionaires every single day. I deal with serious people with serious money. You see, so literally, I would say I'm not at their level. If somebody is able to buy an air conditioner like for a full house can cost even up to 200, 300,000. So if somebody is able to spend that much on just being comfortable, he must be a wealthy person. So how do I then begin to call them every week? Hi, how are you? Just checking on you now. Be professional. Your client is not your friend. Your customer is not your friend. If they make you their friend, well and good. That's fine. I mean, you need to work on creating a business relationship, a professional relationship. Of course, that relationship permits certain things. That relationship permits that you can call them maybe once in 3, 4, 5 months. Hi, good morning. How are you doing? I just called to find out if these things are working okay. Do you need anything? How can I be of service to you? How can I help you? And I know, how's your girlfriend? How's your wife? No. 19 hours, 20 hours, 21 hours, you want to be texting your client. No. 01, you want to be texting your client. No. You need to create that distance between you and your client. Remember, once more, I'll take it again. Your client is not your friend, but your friend can become a client. And even when your friend becomes a client, you maintain that distance. With that being said, we'll end the live stream. I hope you've learned something from today's few tips.